Last time in the Big 12 tournament, but is this the year Missouri finally makes the Final Four? Tell you what fans thought coming up.
Plus, Boy Scouts sex crime. A mid-Missouri troop leader is behind bars tonight. KOMU 8 News at 9 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on. This is KOMU 8 News at 9 on the CW.
Well, good evening, everyone, and we start this newscast talking basketball. And after all, why not? Baylor just upset Kansas and Kansas City in Game 1 of the semifinals tonight. Missouri is getting ready to take on Texas in Game 2. And the experts say a Big 12 title could make the Tigers a top seed in March Madness.
Very exciting. But KOMU 8's Danny Spiewak is having trouble finding fans willing to make a bold prediction. Danny, what's the word out there tonight?
Well, I really tried to find somebody to tell me that Missouri was going to make the Final Four, but when you talk to the crowd that's been around for a while, that's seen some of Mizzou's heartbreaks over the years, a guy maybe named Tyus Edney might come to mind, that kind of stuff. A lot of people are really cynical, especially those that maybe aren't just breaking into the scene here as Mizzou fans. This is a program that's been to the Elite Eight several times, but never to the Final Four. These youngsters, though, they don't have any concept of any of the cynicism, and some of them are definitely enthusiastic about Missouri's Final Four chances.
If we don't make it, then I guess I'll have to apologize, but we're going to make it because it's our year.
We're going to make the Final Four because we're doing really, really good, and we haven't even lost like 10 games. We've only lost like a little bit. You can count the number of games that we've lost on our hands.
Now, Missouri actually holds a distinct record. Besides Brigham Young University, the most NCAA tournament victories without reaching the Final Four. Of course, Missouri's Frank Haith will try to change that this year for his program. Reporting live in Columbia, Danny Spiewak, KOMU 8 News.
And today we had a great day overall. Temperatures got all the way up into the upper 50s. Very nice out there, plenty of sunshine. And for those people that are headed out to go enjoy the bar scene out there, watch the game, they have a very nice night on tap for them as temperatures are going to get down to around freezing, crystal clear skies out there. And the winds are going to shift out of the east-southeast at 5-10 miles per hour. Coming up later in the show, I'll have your full weekend forecast.
Okay, Adam, thank you very much.
A former Mid-Missouri Boy Scout leader is arrested on charges of internet sex crimes.
After a year-long investigation, that Columbia man is in jail tonight. KOMU 8's Lauren Thomas is here in the studio with the details.
Investigators say the suspect in this case posed online as a teenage girl to get nude photos of minors. Complaints started coming in over a year ago from the Boy Scouts of America organization. Ian Burrow, a former camp leader in Columbia and Hannibal, faces 2 counts of promoting a sexual performance by a child and 1 count of sexual exploitation of a child. Investigators say he solicited those nude photos from users on Facebook and through his cell phone. Detectives say Burrow used the name Sarah McGee to contact underage victims that are believed to be recent Boy Scout camp attendants. The case is being handled by Boone County Sheriff Officers' Cyber Crimes Task Force. Burrow is now in the Boone County Jail pending a $75,000 bond.
Columbia Mayor Bob McDavid told KOMU today the city is aggressively negotiating with multiple airlines to add non-stops to Dallas and Chicago. This comes a week after the city announced the new Delta flight to Atlanta starting in June. McDavid said he is not exactly sure when a deal might happen, but says an airline could call any week. He says the additional non-stops would help Mizzou with recruiting students from those areas.
There's a lot of momentum with this airport issue. There's a lot of people who feel it's very important. Probably the group that's most interested is, of course, University of Missouri.
Delta will not release the number of tickets sold so far for the flight to and from Atlanta, but prices could tell us the demand is high for at least one SEC game. Plane tickets to Columbia for the game against Georgia are priced at more than $500.
Jefferson City proposed amendments this week to a neighborhood plan. The Neighborhood Improvement Program is supposed to pay for the cleanup of residential sidewalks and curbs. Proposed changes include a deadline when neighborhoods can petition for the program and raising the cost per square foot from $10 to $20 for the first year. According to the interim city attorney, the program has been a part of Jefferson City for more than a decade and has not drawn in many customers.
The problem is for the city council, they want to be able to budget these things. So, for example, the city council just accepted a petition from a neighborhood, but there's no money in this current budget, so they're going to have to look at it in the next budget.
And the city council could approve the changes at its next meeting on March 19th.
Members of Columbia's Enhanced Enterprise Zone Advisory Board were deliberate today in shifting the conversation away from the very issue stirring controversy, blight. The chairman began by announcing issues concerning blight are for the City Council, not the EEZ committee. But community members spoke up and called board members out on holding the meeting at 10 a.m., a time few citizens could actually attend. Express Employment's manager pushed the focus on the public as well, saying an incentive program should be created for incoming manufacturers to hire in blighted areas.
A lot of these people, if there's no direct benefit for them, why should you use their statistics, their names, their lives, and they don't get anything from it?
You guys have meetings at 10 o'clock. You guys have these stealth meetings in
the big elephant in the room is blight. They seem to laugh it off and it'll never happen and all that, but Columbia's got history.
I understand your concern, but I don't think it's something you need to worry about much anymore.
A public forum will take place Wednesday night at 7 o'clock in Parkade Center.
Columbia is considering new rules for businesses that sell alcohol. The goal is to better train employees for spotting fake IDs and patrons who have had too much to drink. If the City Council passes the proposal, employees would take an online State of Missouri Alcohol Responsibility Test, or SMART. Supporters say the test will work better than the current checks for fake IDs. No timeline is in place when the City Council will take up the proposal.
Every action by every person makes a difference. At least that's the message from an environmental summit on the University of Missouri campus today. 3 panelists gave speeches to more than 60 people about environmental justice issues in sustainable development. Speakers want the audience to know what sustainability means, but they also expect people to start thinking about what they can do individually.
Some people turn off their lights, some don't. Some people take short showers, some people take long showers. Some people drive a car that gets good gas mileage, some people don't. There are those kinds of choices that are in front of people.
The discussion continued with more lectures this afternoon.
Columbia's Independent Actors Theater kicked off the 4th annual Short Women's Play Festival tonight. The festival features 6 women playwrights from across the country. The event is planned in coordination with Women's History Month and celebrates women in theater. 3 of the playwrights are in Columbia this weekend to see the production of their shows. The plays start tomorrow and continue Sunday at 7:30.
Saying goodbye to the Big 12.
What Missouri fans in Kansas City are saying as the rivalry draws to a close.
And coming up, Chris Gervino is live in Kansas City to give us an update on the Mizzou-Texas game.
Right after the break, I'll have your full forecast, including even our next chance of rain.
Missouri Tigers are about 8 minutes away from tipping off against Texas.
That's true, and a win tonight will send the Tigers to the Big 12 championship game tomorrow. KOMU 8's Chris Gervino is live in Kansas City to cover the game.
Here in Kansas City, we're moments away from tip-off from the Missouri Tigers and Texas Longhorns at the Sprint Center in their semifinal game. It will be the 3rd time these teams have met this season. Mizzou swept both regular season games, the Tigers winning by 11 at home, then by just 1 at Austin. The winner of this game tonight will meet Baylor for the Big 12 Tournament Championship tomorrow at 5 p.m. The Baylor Bears have just upset #1 seed and regular season champion Kansas. So Baylor awaits the winner of Mizzou and Texas. We'll have more coming up in live sports from the Sprint Center in just a few minutes. Now here's Adam with the weather.
Now, your live Doppler 8 First Alert weather.
Good evening, everyone. You're having a day track look over the Lake of the Ozarks down there. If you had a boat, today was a great day to get out there. Now, we know most boats are winterized, but temperatures were very warm for this time of year, and there was plenty of sun out there. So very nice overall. Temperatures around the area managed to get into the upper 50s. We have 59 down in Springfield. Over in Kansas City, if you were headed that direction for the game, temperatures got up to 59 over there as well. So 50s and 60s on the backside of a very high pressure system that moved through the area. Satellite radar is showing that we have a very nice day overall. Nothing in the way of cloud cover for us, but down in Texas, that is our next weather maker. It's going to move our way. Right now it's bringing rain and even some snow down to Texas. Very unusual for them for even this time of year. And we're going to take a look at your weekend. It's really the tale of 2 weekends. Saturday we're going to look to have plenty of sun, but Sunday we look to have some rain move in as that system organizes and move up here. But temperatures will be nice overall, up in the 60s. So very pleasant, warm rain that we're going to experience out there. Temperatures right now are in the 40s and the 30s, 39 in Springfield, 44 in Kansas City, and off to our west, we have temperatures that are just a little bit cooler. 40 in St. Louis, 37 in Springfield, and as we bring it closer to the viewing area, we're going to see that those 40s and 30s will continue as we have 43 down in the capital city, 45 in the lake, 42 down in Rolla, and 42 in Herman as well, with 45 in Odessa. The airport down in Columbia is reporting a temperature right now of 43 degrees, dew point at 29, so very dry air out there. The wind is out of the east at 6 miles per hour, and the pressure is fine, along with a mostly clear sky, and that's really going to be great for us. The moon is out, and it's going to be big and bright. Today we reached a high of 57, just about 5 degrees above where we should be, and the low this morning was 33, so right about normal for today overall. Very nice overall. I'm sure everyone appreciates it, and nothing in the way of precip for us. We're going to remain dry till Sunday. Precipcast is going to show for Saturday very dry air out here, nothing in the way of cloud cover even. But by Saturday evening, we're going to see the clouds start to filter back in along with the rain, and it's going to get here by Sunday morning right about 3 o'clock, and it's going to move on out. And by 8, it should be gone on Sunday around here. But keep it tuned to KOMU as we keep you updated with that system. The surface map is going to show that clear sky out there. There's that high pressure system. It's going to move off to our east, and the low, well, you know what? That's going to continue to move up here. But we're going to experience sun, warm temperatures for us tomorrow. Recap for tonight, we're going to experience an overnight low of 32 degrees, right around freezing. So if you want to get out there and stargaze tonight, it's a great night. Just make sure that you bundle up. Winds will be out of the east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, tomorrow's the pick of the weekend for sure. Lots of sunshine out there, a high temperature of 61. Make sure you get out there and enjoy tomorrow, because Sunday is going to be a different story. Like I said, winds are going to be out of the south, and that's going to help get some of that moisture up here and start to bring the clouds in for tomorrow night. It's going to be warmer than tonight as we get to an overnight low of 39. And those breezy winds that we've had for the past few days are going to get back in here with gusts of upwards of 25 miles per hour. Taking a look at the 5-day forecast, we're going to see Sunday is going to bring that rain in here. And it's also your friendly reminder that it is daylight savings Saturday night. So when you go to bed, make sure you set your clock ahead an hour. Once we make it through Sunday, look at these temperatures, 69, 74, 75. And that's for the start of our work week. Plenty of sun. And as we take a look at the extended 8-day forecast, we're going to see the 70s for the rest of the week. And so very warm temperatures, unusual for this time of year, but just make it through Sunday, and we are in store for a great forecast.
I like those temperatures. Those are going to be nice.
One day closer each day to spring. So.
Exactly.
Right, and thank you very much. Reports of an unusual car accident out of Florida today.
Yeah, a woman got out of her car to get the mail, and you'll never guess who hit her. That's next on KOMU 8 News at 9.
Jet KOMU.
A bizarre accident in Florida where a woman hits herself with her own car.
And we have new video of a flight attendant causing quite a scene on an American Airlines jet. KOMU 8 Stacy Welsh has tonight's national report.
Newt Gingrich says his presidential campaign will go forward even if he loses the Alabama and Mississippi primaries on Tuesday. Gingrich tells the Associated Press, "We're going to Tampa," a reference to the Republican convention in August. The former House Speaker has won the South Carolina primary and his home state contest in Georgia, but he's fallen short everywhere else. We now have a glimpse of the incident this morning involving a flight attendant on board an American Airlines plane. As you can see by this video shot by a first-class passenger, a male passenger and another female flight attendant are trying to calm down the agitated crew member. While they're trying to subdue the woman, her fellow flight attendant asks for assistance from the passengers. The Chicago-bound plane was in the process of departing from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport when the flight attendant started to make inflammatory remarks over the plane's PA system. And a bizarre car accident caught on camera in Boynton Beach, Florida. A car spins out of control, leaving an elderly woman in the hospital after she hit herself with her own car. Witnesses say 83-year-old Gilda Bartlett's car hit her as she got out of her car to get the mail. She apparently placed the gear shift in reverse instead of park. Neighbors say Bartlett was hit several times before she was pulled to safety. Emergency crews were called to the scene and stopped the car after a sheriff's deputy bumped it with his own patrol car. And that's your look around the nation tonight.
Okay, well, Mizzou's move to the SEC means this is the final Big 12 basketball tournament for the Tigers. KOMU8's Travis Jackson talked to Tiger fans to see how they feel about saying goodbye to the Big 12.
The heart of the Power and Light District of Kansas City, you may notice a certain color is a little more common during tournament time.
We had to come back up here one last time, to see Mizzou play in the last Big 12 tournament. Right now it's all blue, kind of making me sick, but we'll represent later sometime, I'm sure.
The Tigers have been representing wins on the basketball court this year, with the best regular season in team history. But the move to the SEC is the talk of the town for this tournament.
I love the Big 12 and I love the rivalries. There will never be another rivalry, I believe, in the NCAA like KU and MU, and I'm going to miss it. Hopefully one day we can bring that back.
This is a huge rivalry, KU and MU, and without them, necessarily not in football, but in basketball it's huge, and without them it's just going to be a lost page.
Tiger fans are hoping the final page to the Big 12 story is a championship.
It'd be great to go out on the last Big 12 game on a win. That'd be great.
Travis Jackson, KOMU8 News, Kansas City.
And of course, KOMU8 will have live reports from Kansas City all weekend long.
And the Missouri softball team is back in Columbia.
Find out how the Tigers did in their home opener. Sports is next.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports with Chris Gervino.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Sprint Center in Kansas City, where the Missouri Tigers are just underway against the Texas Longhorns in their Big 12 tournament semifinal game. Texas has the early lead 4-2 as they have just played the couple of minutes of action here, and Texas now extends its lead to 6-2 on a Clint Chapman basket. Now, the Tigers swept both meetings in the regular season with Texas, winning by 11 in Columbia and then just 1 point down in Austin on Michael Dixon's game-winning bucket. The winner tonight will advance to the championship game of the tournament tomorrow night against the Baylor Bears. Baylor pulled off an upset tonight over number 1 seed and regular season champ Kansas, as Baylor has put together 2 scintillating performances with wins over Kansas State in the quarterfinals and then Kansas here tonight in the semifinals. So Baylor awaits the winner between Mizzou and Texas in the Big 12 tourney title game tomorrow. Big day of sports in Columbia. The Tiger baseball and softball teams both in action. Mizzou baseball hosting Charlotte. And the Tiger baseball team really in command of this game against the Charlotte 49ers. They had a terrific showing, did the Tigers. Scott Sommerfeld here gets a little help from Charlotte's defense, or lack thereof, and a pair of runs score for the Tigers, and they had a 3-1 lead early. And then Missouri does its job defensively. Charlotte with a shot to the outfield, and after 1 run scores, the next runner is out at the plate as the catcher for the Tigers, Ben Turner, blocks the plate, and the Tigers win big over Charlotte by a score of 10-4. So the Mizzou baseball team gets a win. The Tiger softball team also victorious, not once but twice today. They played Alcorn State early in the day, and they run-ruled the visitors 14-1 in just 5 innings of play. Alcorn State having trouble in the field, missing the fly ball, then throwing it around, and 2 runs scored on that Ashley Fleming fly ball. So Missouri in command of this game against Alcorn State. Nicole Hudson had a home run as well, and the Tiger softball team wins it 14-1 in 5 innings. Mizzou then turned around and beat Boise State 8-0. That game also shortened to 5 innings by the run rule. So Mizzou's baseball and softball teams have won. The basketball team just getting started now against Texas here in their Big 12 tournament semifinal. We will have live reports at 10 o'clock on KOMU8 Sports. We'll see you then.
Good evening and welcome back. Time for a quick recap of your weather. Skies out there are going to be clear, and lots of viewers are talking about the gorgeous moonrise out there. So during halftime, you might want to get out there and take a peek at it because it's full right now. And tomorrow we're going to get very warm, up to 61 degrees.
Great, thanks, Adam. 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 hump, more. 3 new female 1-year-old camels joined the Kansas City Zoo this morning. They're the latest addition to the zoo's 2 older female camels. Pearl, the most curious of the 3, likes to explore the exhibit and lets the others know it's safe. Missy, the most bashful, is very cautious and has not warmed up to the older females yet. And Kizzy seems to have every other trait and is definitely one of a kind. Now here's a look at what we're following on KOMU 8 News at 10. A surprising skull some Missouri educators are considering erasing from the classroom.
And some Grammy winners bring a little music to Columbia. Plus, of course, we'll have the highlights from the Big 12 basketball tournament. Missouri and Texas just tipping off in Kansas City. The second semifinal of the evening. Of course, in the first game, Baylor surprises. Baylor shocks Kansas. So
very interesting game. Very exciting to follow how our game comes out tonight.
All right. Have a nice evening. See you back here at 10.